As a Ghostbusters fan, this is a long overdue addition to the collection. This is the newer released reissue for the 40th anniversary of ECTOTRON, the collaborative that came out way back in 2019, and I finally got it. So we're gonna talk about it for a second. So the box here is very G1 aesthetic. I believe this version of the mold is the original version, not the other one that came with the clear and the comic book and the other little two, I think Muncher, I think, from Afterlife. This is like the original release, but it's got like the G1 on top of it, which I think is really cool. The Transformers logo up here, which is with the slime. Ectotron over there, Ectotron down there. Again, that says 2024 instead of 2019 for one that's came out this year. Inside the box, Ghostbusters and stuff, Ectotron. Back of the box, it's got the 40th anniversary logo, Ghost Core. It's an official GM product down there, so it's got the hologram down there, which is cool. His tech spec, which is great. Got a little function, everything. Paranormal Investigator, which I think is like a cool addition to Transformers lore. Just a little blurb about Transformers, the original back G1 artwork on there. There's that. Nothing on the bottom. But like I said, this is the new released reissue of Ectotron, and I kind of regret not getting this sooner because it looks awesome. But let's unbox Ectotron and get a better look at him, and of course, Slimer in there. Now that we have Ecto 1 out of his packaging, we get a better look at him, and in the box, he comes with this instruction manual, which is kind of garbage because this is printed like the original G1 instructions, but he's a lot more complicated, and reading some of these instructions is very difficult to figure out. There's a part with his wheels that I had to figure out that was in this that was very annoying to try to figure out. So the instruction booklet says 2023, and the box says 2024. This makes me think that this is supposed to come out when Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is supposed to come out and tie along with that, but it got pushed back for some or whatever reason, but that's not a big deal. But like, that's the instruction booklet. He also comes with a little translucent little Slimer, and it's like this rubbery kind of little thing. I really want to chew on it for some reason. It's one of those materials, but it's kind of like, whatever. I like it. I like he's clear. He's got a lot of detail in there, but it's unpainted. I think the other one has painted teeth and eyes in there, but he's got a little peg hole in him that he can put little 5 millimeter on him. But yeah, no, comes with a little Slimer. So now we can take a look at the car mode. He's a 1950s era hearse, and it's fitting for Ghostbusters, and it looks really, really good. I love that they actually got like the white. I mean, it is an official GM product, so they had to get it probably as accurate as they could. The Ghostbusters logo looks really good. The whole top rack looks really good. Looking at this when I got out of the package, I was like, oh, okay, it's like cool. But he does come with his Neutrino wand. It's just pegged on the side of that, and I had no idea that was there because there was so much to look at that I didn't realize that. Yeah, and that blends in so well. Like, that's his Neutrino wand right there. He does have all the piping and stuff. I didn't realize how much rubber's on this. Like I said, I really didn't watch a lot of this when he came out 5 years ago. But this whole thing right here is rubber. The antenna over here is rubber, and then there's a rubber ladder over here that I didn't even know was rubber. The ladder right here. But it's kind of like where I worried about the fragility of that over time, but it's holding up pretty well, so not stressed about that. So he does have a lot of blue plastic on him, which I appreciate. I love, like, the light bar looks super good. The taillights back here look super good because they're clear plastic. The white looks really good. The red, the bottom, it's just kind of a guy laying down. But no, this car looks incredible. Like I said, I bought this for this mode. I don't even care that you can kind of see, like, the plastic inside, the gribbles on the inside. That doesn't really bother me. Like I said, this is going to sit on a shelf and go, oh, look, there's Ecto 1. I'm going to look at people and go, oh, also, it transforms. It's a Transformer as well. But there's not a lot I can say on this car mode that hasn't been already said. Like I said, I'm experiencing this for the first time. It's a 5-year-old toy at this point, so, like, I can't really say too much about it. I'm just excited to have this in my collection and put it on my shelf and be like, oh, I have the Ecto 1, and, like, this is the definitive version of Ecto 1 for me because it also does transform. Speaking of transformation, let's get him into his robot mode and look at that. Look at his robot mode. That's even, I think, a little bit more fun, but like I said, the car mode's still really good. Now that Ectotron is all transformed, we can better look at him. Kind of threw Slimer in him. He doesn't really plug in or anything. He's just kind of standby. But I just like to, that's a scale of, like, kind of what it is. Doesn't look bad. But for Ectotron, yeah, no, this really, I regret sitting on this as for as long as I did. This is really cool. I love that it's got like the tan for what would be the jumpsuits and everything. He does have the name tag. This is the original release of this toy, so it's got the head, the original head, not the other one that kind of like with the goggles and the full face mask. This has the other head sculpt that came out. But no, he looks really good. Like I love like the silver on his like thing, his waist and the legs. He's kind of a chunky boy, but whatever. He does have the in full on the back here. Does have the full proton pack on here. It's not really painted or anything, but that's like fine. No one's really ever gonna see it if you have it in this mode anyway. But you got the full proton pack with the tube going on the neutrino wand. This is kind of a pain because it doesn't really stick in too well. It's the rubber plastic trying to hit into like this hole, and it's like trying to get the angles and everything isn't the best, but you can do it. You also can take this out and you can also store it on the back. It does just kind of plug in the back right here. And you can have that look of him like reaching over his shoulder to grab it. He can't really grab it for mobility issues, but you can, in fact, store it on the back right there. So I don't know if it's my copy or all the copies, but I realize that like this one knee is very loose. I don't know if it's my copy or not or anything like that. Again, I don't know really much about this toy other than like it's Ghostbusters and it's Transformers, but my is loose to a sense. He also doesn't have ankles, which makes it difficult to like for posing and stuff. But you can still get some decent decent poses out of here out of this dude. He is incredibly back heavy though with the proton pack on, so you do have to lean him forward ever so slightly. But like he does the job. He's a little like limited in articulation just because like he's got a lot of car parts hanging off of him. But I feel like if you're buying this to just kind of put him in one little static pose, or just keep him in the car mode. It's one of the two. So I did just want to do a little comparison real quick. This is my own personal selfie series Ghostbuster that I got, which they don't do that program anymore. I don't believe. I think they got rid of that. I think they quietly discontinued that program because it was very expensive. I only did it because they instead of sending me like a coupon or something for it, so I ended up doing it. It was like $30 or something. But I don't think they do the series, selfie series anymore. I think they quietly got rid of it. But this is how they stack up. I think that looks, pretty good. Like I mean, like, he obviously needs to be bigger, but you can definitely put these together even with the rest of the Ghostbusters, and he kind of just blends in and fits in very well. I appreciate that, even though he is going to be primarily in car mode on my horror shelf, because that makes way more sense to me. Overall, for ECTOTRON, this 2024 re-release, I absolutely love it. I think it's really cool. The car mode is phenomenal. I love that. The bot mode is cool. Like it does the job. You look at it and you can go, oh, that's Ghostbusters. Like I had my friends look at this and they go, oh, like in robot mode, they're like, oh, that's clearly a Ghostbuster. Like it works. It's easily identifiable. The little Slimer is really fun. I like that. Like I said, it's going to go with like my horror stuff, so that's pretty cool to have extra Slimer. But overall, like I'm really happy with this re-release. I think he's still available on Pulse. That's where I got mine. I do regret kind of sleeping on these a little bit. I think that I should have grabbed these when they first came out. I think they were a lot of fun. I think they're a super ton of fun. Like I said, it's a 5-year-old figure at this point, so anything new do I really need to say about this figure that hasn't already been said by 1,000 other people? But no, yeah, I think he's on Pulse still. If you want to get him, if you're a Ghostbusters fan, highly recommend him. And that's been it for Transformers 2024 crossover series, ECTOTRON. I will see you guys in the next video.